What is going on, water signs? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for you guys. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. Other than that, guys, you know what I always say. If these readings don't resonate with you, that's okay, because this is a general reading for you too. You want a reading? I have plenty of different ways you guys can book a personal reading in my description box. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what we got going on for today. Alright, for Thursday. What's going on? Alright. Judgment. Uh-oh. The next came back. No, I'm just kidding. Some of it, somebody's ex came back. It doesn't mean it's to totally rule it out. Somebody's ex did come back. Some of us, this is about a situation in love again. But the underlying energy is the Five of Pentacles. Oof. Underneath that, you have justice coming up here. So definitely some things need to be straightened out and hashed out. But I think there's a struggle. Even though things were straightened out, apologies made, forgiveness and all that, I think there's a bit of a struggle trying to get to a stable place. And it's understandable, right? Considering that some things may have happened. Judgment, big energy. When you have to look back and see how much you've grown, how much you've changed in the situation, and this is somebody that you already had experiences with, it could be very hard to kind of figure out what to do next. It could be very hard to kind of move forward. But I feel like some of you guys have definitely taken that route and decided to move on, decided to move forward, to see where you guys would lead. The challenge usually is the Judgment card, really. It's about, the call to action, right? That's what's needed to kind of take place. But what's keeping you from making this call to action is the Knight of Cups. Someone that is inconsistent, someone that you may have feelings for, but they have off and on feelings as well. They're not really consistent. Now, in the past, you have the Six of Swords, so there's definitely some moving on, some growth, some leaving something behind, beginning something new, set of energy. You're transitioning with this card. It can be very difficult because you're leaving something that you used to know, right? You're very familiar with this energy, but it can be an exciting new adventure coming your way, but it still could be really upsetting, right? Sometimes. So definitely some spiritual growth, if not physical movement of any sort, like moving from one place to another. But I get this feeling for some of you guys, this is like... that was definitely a hard thing to do, but it was definitely for the benefit because you have the Queen of Wands. Now that tells me that you're feeling very confident in yourself, very good in your energy. Typically this isn't your energy. Some of you guys may be feeling really passionate about your new start, really, excited to get things started, feeling a heightened energy for creating, or heightened desire to create. But the Queen of Wands it's a really good card, honestly, because it can indicate that you're feeling really confident. Now, the thing that's crossing this is the Knight of Cups. You may be really confident and very passionate because you're focused on a love interest, or you're focused on your heart's desire at the moment. So this Judgment period doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. It could be that there is some sort of opportunity that's arisen, and you get to go ahead and advance on that. You're making it happen, right? You're just doing you're taking advantage of it, right? You do it something differently from the last time you had an opportunity like this, or the last time something like this arose, right? And I feel like you definitely have more confidence now than you did beforehand when it came about. Especially if this is an ex, especially if this is someone that you had a crush on, especially if this is a friend that wants more, right? And if they've announced it, or maybe this is a situation, you know how to handle it a lot differently because you have gone through and lived your life with this situation being there. It's like, I have a feeling that something happened, there was some sort of consequence that made you stronger in that process, justice, right? Therefore, that's got you here. In the future, you have the Three of Pentacles, which is awesome. I think that you guys see a future, or you guys are, thinking about planning for the future. What do you do next? Where do you got to kind of go from here? Because you moved from one place to the next. When you let something go, you moved on. You created a space for a new life to begin, or you found it in yourself to move on from the past so you can start something new. And that exciting energy is definitely brought in this confidence, and it understandably brings in this projected future of you planning for the future with this other person. But it all starts with the Justice card. What do you plan to do? Now, the Five of Swords is coming up as your goal and ambition, and this is also your advice. Now, the Five of Swords can indicate that this is about not greed, not, or anything, always trying to win. This is really ruthless energy, though. And the thing is that the Queen of Wands is such great energy, but the thing is that the King and Queen of Wands have this ability to be go-getters, right? They're excellent at go-getting. They know what they want, they'll go for it. Nothing stops them, right? There's no boundaries, no nothing. But that's kind of what makes them a little dangerous. They can get themselves into a bit of danger because their ruthless behavior can get, can be very dangerous. It could sacrifice some things. That sort of behavior can sacrifice some things. And that obsession with whatever it is that this, that the Queen of Wands wants, that could cause some things to happen that they may not feel was worth it at the time, or totally decide against it. So the Five of Swords is talking about a very selfish direction, or going in a very selfish approach, or perhaps thinking about, your way or the highway sort of thing. But the Five of Swords is also a sacrifice. You always sacrifice something with the Five of Swords. And I think there's also this kind of doubt of whether or not this is something that's worth pursuing or not. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. The Five of Pentacles talks about a lack. There's fires or changes, yes, but the Five of Pentacles is like a lack mentality, not having enough, feeling you don't have enough. But of course, you're going through a process of changing your situation because you're not in a place where you feel like you're stable. And the Five of Swords is like changing your morals, your moral code, your sense of truth, right? Getting what you feel you deserve at any cost. Okay, even if it does sacrifice something in return, is your truth worthy of severing ties and cutting things off and doing a lot of things that you may not desire later on, right? Is it worth it to you, right? And that's the biggest thing, right? What are you willing to sacrifice with this? Because this judgment card is always a hard decision to make. And I think that's why you have the Three of Pentacles here. It's like, but what are you willing to sacrifice to have this new beginning, or to start something new, or to plan the future with this individual? What are you willing to sacrifice to this? Are you willing to sacrifice your independence and your confidence in yourself? Are you willing to, to sacrifice, your, sacrifice this opportunity, right? What do you feel is worth it to you? Because ultimately, there's no right or wrong decision. Either way is a bit of a hard decision, and it's not easy. But the best way to decide this is by truly looking at how you feel, right? Because how you feel will help make the decision for you. But ultimately, finding a compromise could be helpful in itself too. And I don't know what the compromise would be for your individual situations, but maybe if there is a middle ground that you could get to, that could be helpful. But either way, there is something you do sacrifice. That's rough, man. Okay. Let's see what we got going on today. Not for you. Oh dear. That's number 6 as well. Wow. Not for you does talk about rejection is God's protection. Now the Five of Pentacles can indicate rejection. Rejecting someone, being rejected, putting left out in the cold, right? And underneath that, it was like, justice, things were sorted out and balanced. It could be a struggle, but the situation may be like, if maybe is the situation too much of a struggle because something isn't really working out, something isn't really going the way it's supposed to, is it worth you kind of continue to push through and sacrificing of your own to continue to make it work? Sometimes some things may not just be the right thing at the right time, but it doesn't mean that you will never ever have that. But the Knight of Swords, but the Not For You card talks about rejection is God's protection, because sometimes the things that you may want so badly may not be the right time, because there's something else that you may need to gather for yourself. There may be something you need to learn more of. But ultimately, Not For You is not a card to say that you're not meant to have something. You're not meant to have anything that you want. It's not that. I think it's saying that there's some things that you can have at certain times when you know you're ready. But if there's something that you're so eager to get, is so eager to have, to the point where you're willing to sacrifice something like that's so important, that's so big, and it's devastating, right? It's dangerous. Of course, totally up to you though. You have to decide whether or not this is something that is worth the effort, worth the sacrifices, or not. But not for you saying that if you're the person that may have been rejected recently, if you're someone that that has hasn't been chosen or something, or you've been rejected recently, it's not to say that you're not meant to have a certain thing. You just may not have been with the right person at the right time at the right place. Everything happens in divine timing, and we are all leading our destinies by our own fruition. But sometimes but usually, like I said, things are like things that happen, things that like rejection and things like that. There are buffers to help us actually be prepared for what's to come, be prepared for what we're trying to manifest, right? And kind of, we don't want to sell ourselves short by taking shortcuts, because those shortcuts can end up being can really hurt if they don't work out. But it doesn't mean they can't happen. And then if those shortcuts go through, hey, they go through. But everything happens for a reason, and to be the best of the best, always. Alright, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys want to participate in the giveaway, all you have to do is comment in the description box below. Just let me know if you wanted to participate, or just comment. Any commenters, even if they're just saying thank you or for the reading, or like letting me know what their situation is all about, you're automatically thrown into the roster anyway. So yeah, definitely participate in the giveaway, because I'll be announcing it tomorrow, Friday, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I didn't say in the other videos because I don't know why I didn't, but I'm announcing it to you guys. You're the first ones to know. So yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, announcing the winner on Friday live. Okay, so go ahead and put in your comments below, and I will see you guys real soon. Take care. Bye, guys.